As we continue with the ear, we're going to need to add a bit more geometry and get a little bit more kind of definition within the interior of the ear. So I'm going to go to Edge, I'm going to grab and Shift Select, and we're going to connect as well as this. So, and connect. Now, that's going to give me a bit more ability to kind of push things out and pull things in, just move things around a little bit. So I've got a little bit more variation within the surface of the ear. So bring that out a bit. Grab these, bring those in a bit. And as we look, all that's really doing is helping us to just kind of define some more surface change within the ear. A little more variation in here is going to be a good thing. All right, we'll grab that, use a little bit of soft selection. Pull that back into the ear a little bit more. A little more depth in there. All right, now we're going to take a look at this with Turbo Smooth on it and see how this is working. All right, let's turn the soft selection off, bring that back out a little bit. And then I'm going to add my Turbo Smooth. We'll get a better idea of what's going on here. All right, we're getting a little bit of variation in there, a little bit of variation in there. That's not too bad. So we can ditch the Turbo Smooth and keep going. So I'm going to go to border. We're going to grab the entire outer border there. Then I'm going to go back to edge because I want to deselect. So I'm going to alt click the edges here where it attaches to the face. Then on the side, we're going to shift drag those back to create some thickness here. We create some thickness. We'll go to vertex. And at the earlobe down here, we're going to add a bit more thickness to it. We're going to bring that back a bit farther. We're going to go back to our edge, and we're going to do that again. And now this time, we're going to use scale from the side and scale that down. Now, as you can see, we're starting to build the back of the ear. That's going to allow us to have an area that we connect to the side of the head, as well as have volume to the ear. So if we see behind it, we actually have skin back there. So now we've got to go and figure out which edges we want to use to bridge across to build some back surface here. All right, that works pretty good there. And then we can always still continue to grab and move these edges. We do want to make sure we don't end up with any intersection between the front and back surfaces. We also need to build an area that's going to end up being connected to the back of the head, or to the side of the head. So for now, that should work pretty well there. All right, I also need to fix this connection here where it's going to weld to the head itself. So right now we're going to use target weld, we're going to bring that over, and then we're going to bring that over. Target weld that one in, and one more time. You can see there, if we just go to edge, we've got an edge right there that we can hit backspace to remove and end with a quad there. As well as right up here, we've got an edge right in the middle that we can hit backspace and remove. So we end up with all quads. So one more time, let's take and put our turbo smooth on there. See what happens around the side of the ear. Yeah, that works pretty well. There ought to be plenty of space to be able to weld that on. Following the overall curvature, if we have to, we can still go in and add a little bit more definition if we need to into the point of the ear, but I think we'll end up being fine. Alright, so let's remove that turbo smooth, and then in the next step, we'll unhide the face and bridge it across.